What up, what up? Deontay with Deontay's Reviews, catching up from skits from earlier today. And so today, this particular skit review that we have Amber is telling Ernestine about Anthony asking her out on a date yesterday before the cookout. So let's hop into this review.
Tell me why, before I came to the barbecue, Anthony asked me out on a date.
No, you didn't.
And did.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Anthony Dalton.
Yes.
Anthony.
Yes.
Ask you out on a date.
Girl, the audacity.
The nerve of him. If that is not the most audacious, the audacity.
Exactly.
So he thinks he could just run amok, run a circus around here, and then waltz right on and ask you to go out on a date?
Let me tell you what it is. I think he thinks because I'm so nice, he think I'm stupid.
Man, that's a problem because you've been too nice. And you guys doing these counseling sessions.
Thank you.
Maybe he thinks that's giving him some type of hope. But a date?
Thank you. I have been saying this for the longest time. I put a 5 in the chat if I've been saying this for the longest time about her going to counseling with him, and it's making him feel like that, you know what I'm saying, they getting back together or whatever the case may be. I have literally been saying, when you're going through a divorce, you don't go to counseling to dissolve the marriage. You go to counseling to talk your problems out, to resolve the marriage, to figure out where y'all went wrong because y'all want to get back to a space where y'all once were. You go to mediation when you're trying to dissolve the marriage and dissolve it amicably. Even when you're going through a divorce, the judge oftentimes will make you go to mediation to try to work out your problems on your own. If you got to figure out custody, if you got to figure out property, the house, who getting the house, who getting this, are y'all going to sell it? You go to mediation to do those kinds of things. And because she's been going to these counseling sessions, and all of the counseling sessions for the most part have been about Amber and Wayne, how he felt. It was only one session to where the counselor opened up a door for Amber to say she wanted to not be here anymore, unalive herself. But if she really wanted a divorce, you shouldn't be going to counseling with this man. Counseling is great, but you need to go one-on-one yourself to heal for yourself, for healing. Because the reality is, when you're going through a divorce, sometimes you have anger, your adrenaline is rushing, and you getting cut. And all of this adrenaline, all of this anger, you cutting yourself, you getting cut, going through this divorce, throwing shots at each other. And it's only sometimes when the smoke clears, when everything is resolved and settled, you be like, dang, why are my emotions like this? Why am I responding when people do this kind of stuff? It's because it's like getting shot, right? Or getting cut. When you get cut, you don't realize you're getting cut until later on. When you done sat down and you feel something, that's kind of what it is when you're going through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been saying all along, even before I started this channel, I was putting in the comments a long time ago, Amber should be going through, she should not be going through counseling with him. That's not, if you're trying to get a divorce, that's not what you should be doing. So out of all of the things Ernestine been saying, this is the one thing she done said right in the last 48 hours.
After everything you put me through.
Or are we going on a triple date? Is Shayla coming too? How is this working? How is this happening?
Exactly. See,
it's crazy.
Because he thinks I'm so stupid, he thinks that I'm just going to fall into his arms. I don't know what he forgets that I was the one who had him sign that marriage certificate without a prenup. I ain't that stupid. I'm not that stupid.
You know what, though? Anthony is a businessman, and he ain't slow. He knows he signed that paperwork without a prenup. So I feel like maybe this is part of some type of plan or some type of strategy, because Anthony's no dummy.
What I like about Ernestine, there's a lot of things I don't like about Ernestine. I don't like the fact that she's messy. I don't like the fact that she likes to throw stones and hide her hands. I don't like the fact that she likes to portray this image that she's this goody two-shoes. Even when she first came in the skit, she was this goody two-shoes, this bougie goody two-shoes that don't never do nothing wrong. But even when she does, she likes to deflect. But what I do like in terms of how she engages with Amber, I like how she sticks up for Amber, 1. But 2, she says the stuff that we've been saying in the comments all this time. We've been saying this stuff for the longest. In the comments, when we watch the skits, when we do these reviews, we've been saying this for the longest. You shouldn't be going to counseling with him. You shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, be engaging with him, talking to him. At this point, you need to have limited communication as much as possible. That's the only thing Ernestine said right this whole time.
Asking me out on a date with the private player?
I don't know, because this just seems weird. So what does he think? Does he want his wife back? I mean,
No.
Well,
really
whatever
don't.
it is, I do not care because I am not going.
the nerve of him.
Oh, he is a trip. He is a. I mean, they
Now
don't
that's
make
crazy.
him like him. He's a
Sure
whole trip.
don't.
Right, for sure.
Sure don't.
A whole
Oh, so
trip.
you just think you can do what you want with
He
me?
does.
So you just think I'm a possession that you can just pick up and put down whenever you want. That's what he thinks.
Yes.
That's because you've been too nice.
But you know I said no, so it doesn't matter.
I'm glad you did.
Yes.
In your face. Fool. You think you can just come over here and do what you want to do? Absolutely not.
Oh, he works my nerves so bad. Oh my.
So now I'm wondering, is Amber going to change how she engages with Anthony after this conversation with Ernestine? Because Ernestine said it flat, like just straightforward. You too nice. You're too open to him. You give him an inch, you're going to take a mile. And I think the more and more she puts boundaries in terms of her engagement with him, he is... Protect your peace. That's what you want to do, right? Protect your peace. And part of protecting your peace is not just saying I'm protecting my peace and just saying no. Part of that sometimes is just not answering the phone when he calls. 1 or 2 words when he asks you a question. You ain't got to go into detail. Stop talking about Shayla. Stop talking about you praying for them. Demonstrate you don't care. If that's where you really are. Just, hey, how you doing? Your mail's right there. Gotta go. See you later. Let yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Stop engaging him. Because the more you talk to him, the more he think he got room.
Oh my God. I'm tired of him. I'm sick of him.
I'm glad you put your foot down.
Yeah.
I hope you really put your foot down.
I did.
Good.
Good.
Great.
Exactly.
It's like, what?
Listen, I gotta meet Coco later. So are we going to lunch or what?
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Are you going to put on some else on?
So Coco is coming up later. Anytime Coco comes into the scene, it's a good skit. So that's the end of this skit. We're going to cut it there. But so my thing is this. Is she going to change how she engages with Anthony? Let me know in the comments. Do you think she should change how she engages with Lil Ankles? Or you think what she's doing now is just right or just fine? Put it in the comments. Let me know. All right. Until the next review.